India is saying Namaste Macron. That's right. India's Republic Day guest, the French President Emmanuel Macron, is in Jaipur. He landed earlier this afternoon. He was received by India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, along with the Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma and others. Rajasthan has been completely decked up to welcome the French President. Prime Minister Modi is also in Jaipur. The French and the Indian leaders will both be taking a tour of many landmark areas of the Pink City. Macron kicked off his Pink City tour by visiting the Amir Fort. Later in the day, the French President will be holding a Shobha Yatra, a yatra on the road, a roadshow with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The roadshow is expected to begin in just a few minutes from now. In fact, we'll of course take you to those pictures live. Today, both leaders will be holding talks at the luxury Taj Rambagh Palace Hotel in Jaipur on all aspects of bilateral India-France ties and various geopolitical issues of common interest. Remember, India and France continue to be very, very close, time-tested friends. On the 26th of January, that's tomorrow, President Macron will be the chief guest at India's 75th Republic Day celebrations in Delhi. He will be the 6th leader from France to grace the prestigious annual extravaganza. All right, let's go straight across to India Today's Geeta Mohan as well as Gaurav Sawant for more on the Namaste Macron coverage. Geeta is in fact in Jaipur. Geeta, Prime Minister Modi is there, Macron is there. Have they met just yet? Take us through what's happening right now. That road show that they're going to both be on starts at about 6 p.m., short while from now.
Well, in moments from now, President Macron will be reaching Jantar Mantar Shiv, and Prime Minister Modi will be receiving him at that iconic Jantar Mantar, where he will walk President Macron around, show him the place. There's a historical significance to Jantar Mantar and France, a connection to France, because Jai Singh, the ruler of Rajasthan, had back then invited French Jesuits to really consult with them in the building of the Jantar Mantar. So that connection certainly brings Macron and Prime Minister together at Jantar Mantar. In moments from now, you'll see visuals of the Prime Minister receiving President Macron, and from there they will then begin their roadshow. There's a stopover at Hawa Mahal, and then this Jowhari Bazaar, which is full now of people, Shiv. If you can see behind me, there are music bands, there are people wearing beautiful, colorful turbans, women from various places, many from rural parts of Jaipur and beyond have turned up over here. And it is going to be a massive, massive welcome for President Macron. He is going to be made felt as special as India actually thinks France really is. Whether it's strategic partnership, defense partnership, or for that matter, the bonhomie that you will see between Prime Minister Modi and President Macron. They have met around 6 times from last year to up until now, and that really goes to show how much of importance the two leaders attach to each other, how much of importance the two countries attach to each other. Although there's no bilateral, structured bilateral or structured restricted meeting in Jaipur, but there'll certainly be a joint statement at the end of that dinner that's going to be hosted by Prime Minister Modi at the famous Rambagh Palace for President Macron. Okay, very nice. So no structured bilateral, but there will be talks held at the Rambagh Palace Hotel in Jaipur a little later. So right now we're waiting on the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Macron. They've met 6 times in the last 1 year. Incredible. Their body language, their bonhomie is down pat. It's a very, very close relationship, not just between the two leaders, but also the two countries. France seen as a country that has had a time-tested relationship with India. Through ups and downs, it has never, ever been an unreliable partner. Gaurav is also with me. Gaurav, in fact, was in Paris for the Bastille Day celebrations last year when Prime Minister was chief guest. In many ways, it's happening the other way around now with Macron, Gaurav, in Delhi for, the Republic Day celebration. Defense and strategic affairs is a huge glue for both these countries. You've spent time with the
with the French contingent that's in Delhi for the Republic Day parade as well. Take us through this relationship and what Macron's arrival really signals this time, Gaurav.
So this is showing to the world how close India and France are. And India is literally laying out the red carpet for the French president and his team. What you will see over the course of the next couple of hours, Shiv, it's a 1.76 kilometer long roadshow. But a 1.76 kilometer long roadshow that France so well knows. The maximum number of tourists who come to Rajasthan are actually from France. More than 10%, it's between 10 and 15% of all tourists who come to Rajasthan are from France. Point one. Point two, it's a relationship, as you very rightly pointed out, has withstood the test of time. But what India will also showcase, while you see the Hawa Mahal, while you see the Amer Fort, and you see Jantar Mantar, you will also see digital payment. So when Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the French President walk and have a cup of tea and have a little chai pe charcha, they'll use the Bhim app to make a payment. So it will be digital payment that you will see. There'll be Kulhad Chai, there will be Nukkad Ka Bazaar, but in all of this, you will also see the latest Bhim app payment, and that's a very big signal shift that's being sent out. Of course, no defense deals being signed on this trip, but as you well know, the 36 Rafale, the Air Chief just described them as a very major force multiplier for the Indian Air Force, giving the IAF a major edge. The Navy is looking at the Rafale Marines. The Indian Navy also looking at additional Scorpions. So all of that, it just talks. But right now, this is a red carpet treatment being laid out for a very dear friend and a friendship that stood the test of time post-Pokhran till date.
And Kulhad Chai is, making me long for a cup of that Kulhad Chai that Macron's going to be drinking with Prime Minister Modi very shortly. All very symbolic, soaked in, Jaipuri culture. All of it tailor-made for the visiting, President of France. Geeta visited the chai stall where Macron's going to be having chai very shortly. Take a look at this.
He's also going to get a flavor of India, and that comes from what best than chai. So there is going to be a bit of a what we call chai pe charcha. Prime Minister Modi is going to be here with President Macron, and this is the famous Sahu ji ka chai. बताएं कितना अच्छा लग रहा है आपको यहाँ पर कि मैक्रो यहाँ पर आने वाले हैं? आपको सबसे पहले
जी हमें बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है और हमारा सौभाग्य हम मान के चल रहे हैं कि पूरे हम यहाँ पर उनको मोदी जी को और मैक्रोन जी को चाय पिलाएंगे। सो हमारी जो बेस्ट क्वालिटी जो हम देते हैं वही हम उनको यहाँ पर अपना मोदी जी को चाय पिलाएंगे। और हमारी विशेषता है कि
वाली चाय
जो देसी लुक और पारंपरिक ट्रेडिशनल है वो चाय हम उन्हें पिलाने वाले हैं।
अच्छा, आप अदरक वाली चाय पिलाएंगे, मसाला चाय पिलाएंगे, किस तरीके का चाय आप पूछने वाले उन्हें वो कैसा चाय पीना चाहेंगे?
जी हमारी बेस्ट जो एक क्वालिटी रहती है वो हमारे एक विशेष मसाले के अंदर है। वो मसाला चाय हम उनको सर्व करेंगे जिससे उन्हें वही स्वाद प्राप्त हो जो हम लोगों को देते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि
कितना मशहूर है ये चाय जयपुर में?
वर्ल्ड फेमस है।
वर्ल्ड फेमस। So world famous tea of Sahu ji is going to serve. They're going to serve President Macron and Prime Minister Modi. It's going to be a fantastic moment when it comes to experiencing India. What more than to show the color of India, the delicacies, particularly the taste of India. And when we say taste of India, certainly chai pe charcha is something that tops the list of everything that is India and Indian. So Sahu ji ka chai, dupe over here, photo op, and then the roadshow will restart from here and culminate at the Sanganeri Gate. With journalist Prem Chandra Mishra in Jaipur, this is Geeta Mohan reporting for India Today.
So this Chai Pe Charcha is all about telling the French president and along with the French president, his team, and when these images are beamed back to Paris and across France, people there see this is their Jaipur. Of course, there's also, Geeta, I believe, some nukkad shopping, roadside shopping that will also happen, and the Bhim app will be used, Geeta.
Absolutely. The success of India's digital transactions is going to be on display, where Prime Minister Modi is going to take President Macron around to the shops, the Hawa Mahal Emporium, right beside Hawa Mahal. And they are going to showcase all the beautiful artifacts, the handicraft work, and the textiles of Rajasthan, if not the whole of India. And there are little samples of Ram Mandir also. There's a lot of conversation that we've had on Ram Mandir when we ask people in terms of the excitement that they have. It comes right at the back of the inauguration. And if should the president choose to pick up anything, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to make a digital transaction to show how easy it is to really buy anything, to purchase anything in India. That India is going the digital way faster than any other country in the world.
Absolutely, and Geeta, stay with me. What's extremely interesting is the bhajan that we heard in Ayodhya ji is the bhajan that we are also hearing in Jaipur. Meri jhopadi mein Ram aayenge. And that Ram and Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram and the impact is something that we are seeing, because usually we'd hear Kesariya Balam Padharo Mare Desre. We also heard that a little while back, but India and France, the strategic partnership, it's 25 years. There's already a roadmap in place for 50 years of that strategic partnership in 2047. India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan with this report.
At short notice comes a long-term friend, President of the French Republic. Emmanuel Macron is India's chief guest at the 75th Republic Day.
I think it's an indication of an unconditional commitment to the strategic partnership that France has got with India. I also think it's an indication of magnanimity on his part, because, as you say, he accepted it at short notice, because it comes close on the heels of Prime Minister India's visit to Paris on Bastille Day last July. So there's only one way to look at it, frankly, and that is that it's a demonstration of France's unconditional commitment to the partnership with India.
India and France are likely to have major announcements in defense strategic sectors, as the two have been consistently developing the bilateral relations over the past 7 years. This visit caps 25th anniversary celebrations of the strategic partnership. Previously, the two leaders met 6 times in 2023 alone. The Indo-French partnership draws strength, trust and consistency from a shared sense of strategic relations in defense and security, civil nuclear matters and space. Those are the principal pillars of this partnership, which now includes a strong Indo-Pacific component as well. This has boosted business and trade between the two countries.
In recent years, India-France relationship has broadened into many domains, including counter-terrorism, maritime security, sustainable development, digitalization and cybersecurity, among others. The salience of this relationship is growing in an ever-changing and complex geopolitical environment, with the focus clearly on their respective national ambitions. With VT journalist Prem Chandra Mishra in Jaipur, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
We're taking a very quick break, but remember, the Modi-Macron Milan is all set to happen at Jaipur's Jantar Mantar in just a moment from now. Live coverage on the other side of this very short break. Don't go anywhere.
बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार ने जननायक कर्पूरी
India
ठाकुर की
is
जयंती
saying
पर मैसेज दिया
Namaste
कि राजनीति
Macron.
में
That's right. India's
परिवारवाद
Republic Day
ठीक नहीं है
guest, the
और
French
आज
President
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र
Emmanuel
मोदी ने भी
Macron
राजनीतिक
is
परिवारवाद पर
in
सवाल
Jaipur.
खड़े
He
किए।
landed
हमारे
earlier
साथ
this
केसी त्यागी हैं,
afternoon. He
जेडीयू
was
के राष्ट्रीय
received by
प्रवक्ता।
India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, along with the Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma and others. Rajasthan has been completely decked up to welcome the French president. Prime Minister Modi is also in Jaipur. The French and the Indian leaders will both be taking a tour of many landmark areas of the Pink City. Macron kicked off his Pink City tour by visiting the Amir Fort. Later in the day, the French president will be holding a Shobha Yatra, a yatra on the road